Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 1 in this series. Just a quick introduction. Throughout this series we'll be looking at the DIGITECH RP55 guitar multi-effects processor. We'll be going through the manual bit by bit, breaking up into small, easy to view tutorials that are no more than 2 minutes long. This should hopefully save you time, so you only need to watch the ones you need to watch. Just a quick thing about the unit itself. It has 29 different effects, 12 amp models, 3 cabinet models, 80 presets, 40 user and 40 factory, and 30 drum patterns. As always, if you have any comments or questions, come back to the introduction video and leave them on there so that they're all in one place. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 2 in this series. How to turn the unit on and off. There's a couple of ways to power this. You can use battery powered. It takes 6 AA batteries, which is what we're using here. Alternatively, you can buy the mains power supply, which does not come with the unit itself. If you're using a power supply, it will come on as soon as you put the power in. If you're using batteries though, the unit will turn on when you put your instrument cable into the input slot, like so, and it will load up. And to turn the unit off, just take the instrument cable back out again. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 3 in this series. Controls overview. You get your 2 foot switches down here, which you use to change presets, bypass the unit or access the tuner. You get your value buttons here, which you use for various functions depending on which mode you're in. You get your effect and edit buttons here, which allows you to enter edit mode. You get your drum button here, which activates the drum machine. You have your effect LEDs going all the way across here. It gives you the information on the current preset, which affect your editing in edit mode, or if you're using the tuner, tells you if you are sharp or flat. You get your display here, shows preset in play mode, the value in edit mode, or the note in tuner. Store button located here to save changes on user presets. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 4 in this series. The rear panel. On the rear panel, you get the input to connect your instrument cable. You get your output to connect to an amplifier or headphones. You get a control in, so you can connect a TS expression pedal to control the volume, the wah or a whammy, and then you also get a power input, which you can use to connect an aftermarket power supply. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 5 in this series. Mono or stereo output. For a mono output, connect a single mono instrument cable from the output to an amplifier. If you want to connect a stereo output, connect a TRS stereo Y cable from the output, and then you connect to 2 amplifiers. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 6 in this series. How many user and factory presets available? The unit itself has 80 presets. Numbers 1 through to 40 are the user presets. 41 through to 80 are the factory presets. The user presets are a copy of the factory presets, and the user presets can be edited over and then saved in their location. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 7 in this series. How to change presets. In play mode, the unit will automatically switch on into play mode, but if you're not in play mode, use the edit and effects buttons located here to select play, located there. Then use the up foot switch to go up presets, like so, and then the down foot switch to go down presets. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 8 in this series. How to access the tuner. Press and hold both foot switches until the tuner comes up, like so. Play a note on your guitar. The nearest note will come up on the display, and you can see the LEDs going on across the top to show if you are flat or sharp. Once you've tuned your guitar, press any of the foot switches to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 9 in this series. How to change the tuning reference. Press and hold both foot switches to enter the tuner, like so. And then the default is set at 440 Hz, which would be displayed as 40, but use the value button here to change the reference to A flat, G, or G flat. Anything you change here will be retained when the unit is switched off. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 10 in this series. How to bypass effects. If you press both foot switches to enter bypass mode, like so, if you hold them you will enter the tuner, so make sure you just press them quickly. To return to the last preset, press either foot switch, like so. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 11 in this series. How to edit effects. On the patch that you want to edit, so we'll say we're going to edit number 5, use the edit and effect buttons located here to scroll across all the effects categories you've got across the top. So if you want to change your preset level, select preset level and then use the value or master volume located here to adjust that, and then use the edit effect buttons to choose the next thing you want to change. So you want to change the compressor from off to set at number 10. You can change your amp models, the noise gate, the EQ has 3 different settings, chorus, move across to delay, reverb. So you want to switch the reverb off. If you press and hold it will move quickly, but if you go all the way to the left, that's where you'll find the off. And that's all the effects that you have throughout the chain. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 12 in this series. How to store a preset. In the last video we just made some quick edits on this preset. Once a user preset has been edited, the user presets are numbered 1 through to 40. Press the store button located here. The current preset flashes. You can use the foot switches to select another location. So if you want to save it over a different preset, you can do that, like so. But if you want to save it over the current preset, keep it on the one you're on and then press the store button again to save the preset, just like so. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 13 in this series. How to adjust the preset level. Using the edit buttons on the effect you want to change the preset level for, select preset level, and then using the value buttons located here, you can set the preset level anywhere from 0 to 99. If you press and hold it, it will move faster rather than keep pressing it. Once you've set your desired level, you will need to save it. You can see how to do that in video number 12. The preset volume is saved per preset. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 14 in this series. Pickup and wah types. On the patch you want to add up a pickup or wah effect. Use the edit effect button to go to the pickup and wah bit. Currently this patch has it off. If you go to SH, it turns the single coil pickups into the sound of a humbucker. If you pick this one, you can see humbucker, the sound of a single coil. This is for a crybaby wah. This is for a boutique wah, and this is for a full range wah. If you don't want this effect on, select off. Any changes you make will need to be saved once you've finished. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 15 in this series. How to adjust the compressor settings. On the patch you want to adjust your compressor settings, use the edit and effect buttons to go through to compressor, which is located here. From here you can use the value buttons to set the compressor from 1, which is being the least compression, all the way through up to 15, which is for the maximum sustain. Or you could set the compressor to off if that's what you'd prefer. If you've made any changes to your patch, you will need to save it once you've finished, which you can see how to do in video number 12. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 16 in this series. How to change the amp and cabinet modelling settings. On the patch you want to change, use the edit and effect buttons to scroll through to amp model, located here. There are many different amp models. You can also have the amp model switched off. If you have B, which is based on a black face, the value next to it increases the gain and level for that amp model. So you get 1 through to 9 for each amp model. This one here is based on a boutique amp. This is based on a rectifier amp. This one here is based on a hot rod. This one is for a classic tweed. This one is for a British combo. This one here is based on a clean tube amp. This is based on a British stack. This one here is a nice crunchy tube combo. This one is based on a high gain tube amp. This one is for a vintage fuzz distortion. And then you get AC at the end, which is for a flat top acoustic guitar. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 17 in this series. How to adjust the EQ. On the patch you want to adjust your EQ, use the edit and effect buttons located here to go through to EQ, which is located here. The EQ has 3 bits. The B stands for the bass, the D stands for the mids, and the T stands for the treble. You can use the value buttons to adjust each one. Values 1 through to 4 is cutting the levels. 5 would be a flat level, and then 6 through to 9 is boosting the levels, and you can do this for the bass, middles and the trebles. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 18 in this series. How to adjust the noise gate and auto swell function. On the patch you want to change, use the edit and effect buttons to go through to select noise gate. You can have this function off, or you can use the value knobs located here to select G, which is the noise gate, which you can use select value 1 through to 9 for the noise gate threshold. You also get S 1 through to 9, which selects the auto swell function. Value 1 through to 9 sets the attack time for this. Any changes you've made to your patch will need to be saved, and you can see how to do that in video number 12. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 19 in this series. How to change the chorus and modulation settings. On the patch you want to change, use the edit and effect buttons located here to go through and select chorus and mod, which is located here. You get multiple effects from one module. If you go all the way to the left, you can switch it off. C is for chorus. You got F for a flange. P is for a phaser. T is for tremolo. N is for panner. B is for vibrato. R is for a rotary speaker. A is for auto yaw. E is for envelope. D is for detune. H is for pitch shift. Y is for whammy, which uses an expression pedal. Anything you've changed here will need to be saved to this patch, and you can see how to do that in video number 12. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 20 in this series. How to adjust the delay settings. On the patch you want to change, use the edit and effect buttons to scroll through to delay. There are two parts to the delay. You get the type of delay you want, and then you get the delay time. We'll go for the delay you want first. You get three different types. You get D, which is for digital, A for analog, and P for ping pong. And then the value next to it stands for the amount of feedback and the level you get. So 1 is for 5% feedback at level 15. 2 is for 25% feedback at level 15. 3 is 50% feedback at level 15. Then 4 is for 5% feedback at level 30. 5 is for 25% feedback at level 30. 6 is for 50% feedback at level 30. 7 is for 5% feedback at level 50. 8 is for 25% feedback at level 50. And D, number 9, sorry, is for 50% feedback at level 50. And then you get the delay time on the next parameter, which can be set from 1 to 99, so it's 10 milliseconds to 990 milliseconds. Any changes you've made here will need to be saved, which you can do if you go back to video number 12 to see how to save a patch. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 21 in this series. How to adjust the reverb settings. On the patch you want to change, use the edit and effect buttons to scroll through to reverb, like so. There are 6 different reverbs, or you can have the reverb set to off. You get R for room, H for hall, P for plate, C for church, A for arena, and S for spring. And the higher the value, it increases the reverb for that setting. So you get 1 through to 9 for each one. Any changes you've made it here will need to be saved to the patch, and you can go back to video number 12 to see how to do that. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 22 in this series. How to perform a factory reset. Doing this will restore all user presets to their original factory preset default. To start with, make sure the unit is turned off. And then you have to press and hold down the edit button located here, and then start the unit up. When it should display like this, release the edit button like so. Then press the store button located here. Display will show RE for reset. And now it should be reset to factory default settings. And it will start back up on patch number 1. And just remember that if you've done this, it will reset all of your user presets back to factory default settings. Thanks so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, make sure you give it a like and subscribe for more tutorials on this unit and others to come.